Welcome. This is Radiant, a Journey, a space for women who are becoming. Not all at once, not perfectly, but honestly. Here, we don't rush healing. We don't perform growth. We don't force clarity. We listen, we reflect, we root. This series is called Becoming Radiant. It's the story beneath the pillars, the quiet truths that build this path. If you found your way here, something in you already knows this isn't random. Let's begin. After I found ground, something unexpected happened. The noise softened. And for the first time, I could hear myself. Not the voice I used for others, not the one that performed strength. The quiet one underneath. Reflection doesn't begin with answers. It begins with courage. The courage to look inward. This is reflect. Before I reflected, I was functioning. Married, raising children, managing life. From the outside, it looked like stability. But inside, my body was tired. Not from doing too much, but from holding too much. My shoulders stayed tense. My jaw stayed tight. Even in moments of rest, I was bracing. I carried responsibility like armor. Providing, holding things together, being strong because I had to be. And slowly, quietly, I disappeared from myself. I didn't notice it at first. That's the thing about losing yourself. It doesn't happen all at once. It happened in small concessions, in quiet compromises, in choosing function over feeling. Avoidance doesn't always look like running. Sometimes it looks like endurance. I told myself I didn't have time to look inward. There were children to raise, responsibilities to manage, a life to hold together. But the truth was, I was afraid of what reflection would show me. Because the patterns from my childhood had not disappeared. They followed me. I could see them in how I disciplined my children, in how I argued in my marriage, in how I lived in lack, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I carried the weight of providing. The weight of an emotionally unhealthy relationship. The weight of a body that no longer felt like home. And beneath it all, a quiet absence of self-confidence. Reflection waits patiently until life shows you, in one moment, what you've been carrying. Until you are ready to stop looking away. That moment came for me after church one afternoon. We came home, my family and I was pregnant with our last child. The kind of day that feels ordinary, soft, domestic, safe enough. My two oldest wanted to feed the ducks. My husband went inside to grab bread. And the kids and I started walking to the back of the building where the lake was. The ducks were there, close, expectant, moving like little shadows over water. And then, in one ordinary step, everything changed. My oldest accidentally stepped into an ant bed. At first, it didn't even register. Just dirt, a tiny crumb of ground. And then the swarm came. Like the earth itself opened, and the ants poured out in defense of what he had disturbed. His scream cut the air. A sound I still hear in my body. The ants ran up his leg, fast, relentless, biting and attacking my baby. My cardigan came off without thought. I started brushing them away, swiping, shaking, moving him back from the pile. My attention was fully on him. Fully. And that's when it happened. The second emergency. Because while I was saving one child, the other ran. My youngest made a mad dash toward the ducks. One second he was beside me. The next second he was in the water. I saw him struggling, crying, calling for me. He didn't know how to swim, and neither did I. I told my oldest to run inside and get his father, and I ran. Motherhood doesn't calculate risk. It moves. I jumped. The water was cold, murky, deeper than I expected. I got to him. I lifted him. I pushed him onto the embankment. He was safe. And then I realized I wasn't. I couldn't feel the bottom. I was swallowing water, panicking, grabbing at nothing. And beyond the water, I saw my other baby running toward the parking lot. I couldn't reach him. I couldn't stand. I couldn't breathe. And in that moment, I saw my end. The world didn't stop. The ducks were still there. Cars were still pulling in. Life was moving. And I was going under. When you're drowning, your mind doesn't give you poetry. It gives you truth. Pregnant, baby, you can't leave them. And then a thought cut through the panic, clear and sharp. I'm always the one holding everything. And as I went under, the fear went quiet. I surrendered. And in that stillness, I heard, reach out. So I did. My hand found a thin blade of grass. It should not have been strong enough, but it held. I pulled myself up, inch by inch, back to air. I laid on the embankment, shaking, coughing, trying to breathe. And I looked up at the sky and said thank you. And even after I pulled myself from the water, even after my children were safe, something in me wasn't. That night, lying in bed, the house quiet, the world normal again, my body still thought I was drowning. My chest tightened, my breath caught, as if it didn't trust the air quite yet. I stared at the ceiling, thinking about that thin blade of grass. How something so small held my entire life. And that's when it hit me. I had just been living exactly like that, grabbing for something outside of me to survive. A relationship, a role, responsibility. Holding everything together while quietly going under. That day in the lake, I didn't have time to be composed. I didn't have time to perform strength. I only had time to be real. And maybe that was the lesson. I wasn't drowning because I was weak. I was drowning because I was carrying everything. And for the first time, I asked the question that changed my life. Who is saving me? Why am I always the one being strong? Why am I always the rescuer? Why do I disappear when everyone else survives? And in that quiet, I understood something. Reflection isn't a spiritual luxury. It's survival. Because if I didn't look inward, if I didn't face the pattern, my children would inherit it. And that was the moment everything shifted. Not in the water, not in the rescue, but in the mirror. That night, I held it steady, and I didn't look away. Reflection isn't about blame. It's about honesty. It's the moment you stop explaining and start witnessing. Because sometimes reflection doesn't happen in silence. Sometimes it happens in a crisis, and what it reveals changes you forever. Reflection didn't break me. Avoidance had been doing that for years. Once you see yourself clearly, you cannot unsee it. Gaze within. Discover your truth. This is where radiant deepens. Because truth, even when it's uncomfortable, is the beginning of change. If you're sitting in a moment right now where something feels off, if you're functioning but not aligned, you're not failing. You might just be waking up. Reflection doesn't ask you to fix anything. It asks you to stop lying to yourself. If this stayed with you, let it. You're not alone. This is Radiant, a Journey. Stay.